In the heart of every great city where skyscrapers pierce the sky and subways rumble like distant thunder, there lies a secret buried deep within the earth. These are the forgotten giants, ancient volcanoes, slumbering beneath layers of concrete and civilization. They are not the fiery behemoths of distant islands or remote peaks, but silent titans right under our feet, shaping the land we call home without us ever knowing. For millennia, humans have built empires atop these volatile foundations, oblivious to the molten history pulsing below. Today, we uncover their stories, the dormant dragons of urban landscapes, whispering warnings from the planet's fiery core. Consider Naples, Italy, that sun-drenched jewel of the Mediterranean, where espresso flows as freely as Vesuvius's legendary lava once did. But beneath the chaos of Vespas and vibrant markets lurks not just the infamous Mount Vesuvius, looming on the horizon like a watchful sentinel. No, deeper still, under the city's bustling streets, hides Campi Flegrei, a vast supervolcano caldera spanning 13 kilometers. This isn't a single peak, but a sunken crater, a bubbling cauldron of magma that has stirred for 60,000 years. In 1538, it birthed a new mountain, Monte Nuovo, overnight, swallowing a village in the process. Today, ground uplift, bradyseism, they call it, lifts the streets by centimeters each year, cracking buildings and sending tremors through the homes of 3 million souls. Scientists monitor it with seismic nets and gas sensors, but the giant sleeps uneasily, its potential eruption dwarfing Pompeii's tragedy in scale. Locals joke about it over gelato, but in quiet moments, they glance eastward, honoring the old gods of fire. Across the globe, in the shadow of the Andes, Quito, Ecuador's high-altitude gem at nearly 10,000 feet, perches precariously on the slopes of Pichincha volcano. This stratovolcano, cloaked in mist-shrouded forests, last roared in 1999, blanketing the colonial spires and cable cars in ash thick as snow. Quito's 2.7 million residents navigate its narrow alleys daily, unaware that their city was forged from Pichincha's eruptions over 1 million years ago. Lava flows once carved the valleys they now fill with markets and museums. Today, it's one of the world's highest capitals, hugging an active giant, with fumaroles hissing steam as a reminder. Geologists drill into its flanks, mapping magma chambers that could awaken with little warning, sending pyroclastic surges racing toward the equator's heartbeat. Shift to the Pacific Ring of Fire, where Tokyo's neon labyrinth dances atop tectonic fury. Mount Fuji, that perfect snow-capped cone immortalized in Hokusai's waves, stands just 60 miles away. A dormant force that erupted in 1707, burying villages in ash that drifted as far as Edo, modern Tokyo. But beneath the metropolis itself, the Earth's crust bears scars of older siblings. The Oshima and Kozushima volcanic chains, extensions of a field that could birth new vents in the urban sprawl. With 37 million lives in the greater area, an eruption wouldn't just darken skies, it could grind the world's third-largest economy to a halt. Airports shuddered under gray veils. Yet Fuji remains a symbol of serenity, pilgrims climbing its paths each summer, whispering to the mountain as if coaxing a lullaby from a restless child. In the Americas, Portland, Oregon, the City of Roses blooms over the boring Volcanic Field, a quirky name for a landscape pocked by 50 extinct cinder cones and lava domes. These boring basalts, erupted between 2.7 million and a mere 57,000 years ago, sculpted the West Hills where hipster cafes now perch. Mount Tabor, a grassy park in the city's heart, is one such cone, its crater now a playground for picnics. The last stirrings were 350,000 years back, but plate tectonics whisper that Cascade Range cousins like Mount Hood could nudge this field awake. Portlanders hike these green remnants, sipping craft brews brewed from rainwater filtered through volcanic rock, blissfully atop giants long cooled. Deeper south, Mexico City's 21 million inhabitants pulse over a basin born of ancient cataclysms, just 45 miles from Popocatépetl, the smoking mountain revered by Aztecs as a god's breath. This 800-foot behemoth belches ash plumes weekly, dusting the Zocalo's Grand Cathedral in fine gray powder. Beneath the valley floor, lake sediments mingle with volcanic tephra from eruptions that founded Tenochtitlan, Sinking subsidence from overpumping aquifers amplifies the risk. Lahars could flood the subway lines in hours, yet the city thrives, its people donning masks against the haze, turning peril into poetry and murals depicting feathered serpents rising from the depths. Not all these giants are surface threats. Some are truly subterranean specters. In Jackson, Mississippi, the steamy heart of the Deep South, a colossal dome lurks 2,900 feet below the Capitol Dome. The Jackson Volcano, a 100-million-year-old behemoth from the Cretaceous, punched through salt domes, its magma cooling into a plug that warps the earth above. Discovered in 1966 during oil drilling, it measures 20 miles wide, rivaling Yellowstone in volume but utterly extinct. No heat, no quakes, just a fossilized heart beating silently under barbecue joints and blues clubs, a reminder that even quiet lands harbor explosive pasts. Across the dateline, Auckland, New Zealand's sailboat-dotted harbour city, sprawls over a volcanic field of 53 vents, the youngest just 600 years old on Rangitoto Island. This monogenetic field, each vent erupts once and done, could spawn a fresh cone tomorrow in a backyard or bay. Mangawau, or Mount Eden, crowns the skyline, its crater a lush bowl where Maori once grew kumara. With 1.7 million atop this patchwork, evacuation plans map red zones under suburbs, but Kiwis carry on, surfing waves carved by ancient flows. In Southeast Asia's cultural cradle, Yogyakarta, Indonesia, basks in Javanese shadow puppet glow, mere 17 miles from Mount Merapi, the Mountain of Fire. This andesite monster erupts every 5 to 7 years, its fertile slopes yielding rice paddies that feed the nation. The 2010 blast killed 353, burying villages in superheated clouds. Yet the city rebuilds, sultans consulting shamans alongside seismographs. Beneath Yogyakarta's Croton Palace, Java's subduction zone churns, fueling Merapi's rage. Guatemala City's colonial grids encircle Pichincha, an active shield just 20 miles away, where tourists roast marshmallows over glowing vents. Its frequent spits of lava light the night, a backyard barbecue from hell. San Salvador, El Salvador's quake-prone hub, cradles its namesake Volcano, a 1917 eruptor with a crater lake mirroring the tropics. Manila eyes Taal across Laguna de Bay, that lake within a volcano freak that freatomagmatically exploded in 2020, veiling the archipelago in ash. Arequipa, Peru's white-stoned city of eternal spring, quarried its sillar blocks from Misty's dormant flanks, 11 miles distant. Kagoshima, Japan's southern spark, brushes Sakurajima daily with ash flurries. Umbrella's standard issue. Even Managua, Nicaragua, nestles against Lake Managua's submerged Apoyeque caldera, a 2,000-year-old ghost. These forgotten giants are no myths. They are the Earth's autobiography, written in basalt and obsidian under our soles. Formed where plates collide or rift, they draw mantle plumes upward, birthing magma that cools into the very soil we till. Dormancy is no guarantee. Yellowstone slumbers too, yet Yellowstone's caldera yawns beneath Wyoming's plains. Modern tools pierce the veil. INSAR satellites track uplift, boreholes sniff gases, AI sifts seismic whispers. We evacuate zones, reinforce dams against lahars, but hubris lingers. Cities like these teach humility. We are guests on a living world, not its masters. As climate shifts and populations swell, these secrets demand reckoning. Will Naples' caldera heave again? Will a new vent pierce Auckland's suburbs? The giants stir in dreams, their rumbles faint echoes in urban din. But remember, beneath the lights and clamor, they wait, eternal, unyielding, the architects of our fragile thrones. In honoring them, we honor the fire that forged us all. The earth speaks. Will we listen before the giants roar anew?